you doing, man?
I'm good. Good living. How you?
He's again about the confusion. You know what I'm saying?
It's all good.
But introduce yourself, because I know you're an amazing artist, but the people don't. So.
All right. Devaughn Jerrell, an artist, 30 years old.
What's your medium?
Shoot, graphite, charcoal. Been dabbling in the oils a little bit.
Yeah, word.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put some Jones up here too, like I said before, for the pieces.
Yeah.
Let's jump right into what inspires you.
Shoot, my real life, everyday people. Whatever I can, like, immediately experience. I draw inspiration from that, whether it's music, other media that I consume.
The work's amazing, of course.
Thank you.
I know, but being self-taught and also being so like attentive to the detail of the portraits that you draw is crazy. I guess I'm asking like how you get so nice. A lot of practice.
Yeah, a lot of practice, but you know, when you're young and you're going through it, it's real intuitive. You don't see it as you practicing a craft or anything. You're just living through and letting that be your expression. Whether, like, when I started out, I wasn't doing anything serious as far as portrait work, you know, so I started out with cartoons, whatever was just accessible, really. Dragon Ball Z, we all know about that. Came up on that, so I would draw those characters and then eventually start creating my own characters, and then the creativity just kept evolving, mutating into its own. So, at the heart of it, you're really just trying to cultivate your own language or communicate some expression towards your audience or through yourself, really, you know, because your artwork can really act as a journal, really. So you're just documenting what you're going through day by day, and then as you look back on it, you realize there's certain narratives or, say, perspectives that just begin to repeat themselves as you reflect on it. So then you build on wondering, like, what am I really trying to say through all this, you know? And kind of perfecting that and creating that language, tapping into a universal language like human emotion and things like that to express to people who don't even walk your same life, but they'll be able to understand it when they see it. Sometimes it's a nice, good surprise element because people would see your work and come to a conclusion that you had no thought of, didn't even mean to, you know? But that translation, that bridge, it's like, it's an invisible bridge that requires a lot of faith for your artwork to travel through.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
It's like that lasts for a split second. How do you balance that business and creativity?
So when I'm creating, I try to not even think about business. That's how I keep it balanced. I keep them as two separate hats. Because otherwise you'll go crazy. You're sitting there actually creating the work. You're just thinking about profits, losses, things like that. You're gonna take your heart out of the game. You're not really gonna be there. And creativity, you need that. And also I look at it as a real spiritual practice for myself. So So, like, let me say my perspective is not hustling, even though that's what's happening. Because when you're passionate about something, you go on 10 times harder than the next man. So it's from the outside looking in, it's a hustle, but from the inside outward, my expression is more about my heart, the fire that's burning here. And the money's always a byproduct of something good anyway. If you're doing the right thing, you're gonna be given the right resources, the right people, anything to stay afloat, because you're giving the people, you're giving the world exactly what needs to be shown. See, from my perspective as an artist, I just need everything to look good, you know? Anything I can get my hands on, it's gotta look good.
Is the question, really.
Okay, ideas, I feel like ideas been here about as long, if not longer, than us as humans, you know? And as they pass through and touch certain people, they change a bit. We create derivatives of the original ideas and then pass it on to the next generation or the next person. So then we get slight differences throughout history, but we always have a tether drawing back to original ideas. So I believe that ideas really aren't born, they're just intercepted or downloaded into either people, and then we either express them or we pass it on to the next person.